Oh, I click here to activate the cards. Light defense. So I can only play one card at a time. Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Analysis, and I have a new game for you guys today. It is another deck building game. This is Library of Ruina. It is a deck building, but also one of the more story-rich deck building games like the one that I'm currently playing, Black Book. And it is seems very casual, if not casual, at least it is very story rich, so there is a lot of lore to be had. Hopefully we will explore some of that today. And okay, apparently on Steam there's a difficult tag, so it's really difficult. It's not as casual as I first thought it to be. But anyways, it is by Project Moon and published and developed by Project Moon. And here's the summary or description. May you find your book in this place. Combat between the guests and the librarians break out as if it were on a stage. Defeated guests turn into books, and the library grows onward, and eventually get your hands on the one singular perfect book. And that's the whole premise. So we are defeating enemies, and every time we defeat an enemy, that enemy gets turned into a skill and gets added into our collection. So we will just start right away and see what this game has to offer. New game. I go out to the street, my hands in my pocket.
아직 이곳을 나갈 수는 없어.
Oh yeah, I just realized that forgot that this is a Korean game, and they only have Korean voiceovers, and there isn't a English dub. But anyways, I still cannot leave this place.
끝까지 나는 자유롭지 못하네.
Even at the end of all this, I cannot be free.
분수에 맞지 않는 꿈을 품어서는 안 된다는 거야?
Am I not allowed to have a dream that is beyond my means?
젠장 불안 눈물.
Damn it, the purple tear.
이딴 방식으로
Can't
일을
believe
처리할
this is
줄은.
how she handled it.
뭐가 어떻게 된 거야?
What the hell is
이런
happening?
먹어.
Is there a way to turn down the voice a little bit? I guess I will turn down the overall volume for now, and then when I get a chance I will just turn the music back up, but turn down the voice. Guess I'll have to trust her.
한 번만 말할게.
Huh. Now it has all become very clear. I'll only say this once. I despise verbose and roundabout speech that doesn't get straight to the point. So don't try to get wordy. Just answer my questions. You don't get to question me either. Where did you come from? How did you enter this place? And for what purpose? Well, who are you to... Ah boy, I'm suddenly getting all nauseous. My legs. I warned you, and you crossed the line. Let me ask you one more time. Where did you come from? How did you enter this place, and for what purpose? I was just walking around and ended up here because I even realized it. I eventually realized it? I have no idea how I got here. Damn it, blood is gushing out of my right leg. I swear I wasn't trying to trespass. I don't even know where this is. I woke up around 1 p.m. and started walking around the streets of District 13. Since I was just out and about, I figured I could go wherever I wanted. So I decided to drop by Pam. Heard they served a weekly special sandwich. Anyway, I had bills to pay, now got no jobs, had to make a living somehow as a one-man off. You drag on too long. I'll be taking your left arm and left leg next. You have no purpose and you don't even know how you got here. Just who are you? Just an ordinary fixture who's hit rock bottom. What the hell is this place and who are you? Come on, taking out 2 limbs at once is cheating. What the hell? I'm the one asking the questions. What, your name? Roland. Good. Welcome to the library. We've yet to serve any guests, but then you suddenly appeared out of nowhere. It took me quite a bit of effort designing this library to ensure that no uninvited guest could enter, you see. Damn it, these limbs were all I had. I don't have any cash or mortgages to get new ones anymore. Seems it's fainted? This story doesn't make sense. Wake up. My legs, my arms. Wait, they're all intact again? You should be able to swing your arms and walk again. And I made a few readjustments to your body to make it a bit easier to use. Although you did trespass on my library, I also took your limbs away without your consent, so I'm giving you these as an apology. I'm quite patient and generous, you see. Patient my ass. Am I really supposed to be thankful for this? And your warning isn't in effect anymore, right? No, not anymore. I had a few thoughts while you were knocked out. And here's my conclusion. You'll help me out here. What? Huh? Do syndicates these days kidnap people this way too? Or is this one of the wings? I heard rumors that they abduct test subjects from here and there for singularity research. An acquaintance of mine apparently began jumping between dimensions as a side effect of one of these experiments. My life really is an unlucky mess. This is a library. I don't know the syndicates you're talking about, but this place isn't a wing at least. Doesn't really matter. Whatever's the case, I'm trapped here and you'll exploit me, right? Yes. I am letting you live for 2 reasons. First, I need an analysis of how you could enter this place uninvited. Sending you back or neglecting you without knowing the reason could pose a significant threat to the library. Well, it's not like you can leave without my permission anymore. Second, from now on, I will collect books about the city in search of the one absolute book. And I want you to help me with this process. Since you are a resident of the city, I expect you to be helpful in various ways. I know this would happen to me someday. People would disappear without a trace only to be found as chunks of flesh much later. I used to laugh at those poor folks for being careless and unlucky, but now I see it has nothing to do with carelessness or anything, Just happens without a moment's notice. Don't be too concerned about your life. You're not allowed to die here unless I permit you to. Damn it, so this was a crazy laboratory sort of deal. Do you like shove random stuff like corn kernels and clockwork into people's stomachs and turn them into walking popcorn, spin popcorn machine men or something? This has got to be the worst, and I'd much rather die and be over with it all. If you spout such nonsense one more time, I'll gladly turn you into a human popcorn machine as you so wish. I've already gone through so many cycles of bullshittery, responding to every bit of meaningless rubbish. Sorry, ma'am. Let me introduce myself properly. My name is Angela. I am the head librarian and director of this library.
Angela.
That's a good name.
좋은 이름이네.
So,
내가 뭘 해야
what I'm supposed to do? Your role is to welcome the guests invited to the library. I will carefully determine what guests to invite and write an invitation accordingly, and you will entertain the guests once they accept the invitation and arrive at the library. Since you have actual experience working as a fixer, I am sure you will be able to give the various types of guests a much better reception than I could. I'm just washed up grade 9 fixer though. What's this reception all about anyway? Do I catch their eyes or be a waiter for them or something? It's simple, you just have to deal with guests, in a physical manner of course. The library presents the guests with an ordeal, and books will open up in the process. The guests who have overcome the ordeal will be deemed worthy to earn their books. There is a possibility that you may die in the process of the reception, but it's only temporary. You'll get back up when the library closes. No one here may rest without my permission. Do you happen to have some weird fantasies about fixers? Are you expecting too much from a grade 9? I'm not as talented as you seem to think, you know. That's not my business. I prepared a manual for you. So go ahead and figure things out yourself. I think I get the gist of it now, so how does this invitation exactly work? Open up the invitation and register the books you wish to serve your guests. And next, the invitation will be naturally sent to those who need the books. That's it? Sounds like a bit too easy. The invitation is another carefully crafted work of mine, much like the library. Yes, think of it as a compass. It will be easier to understand that way. Ah, a compass? As in the tool that tells directions? That's right. The invitations will guide me towards the one book that I truly wish to obtain. And sometimes the invitation may turn red according to the books you registered. A red invitation indicates that it can be sent to the special guest who will unravel the next part of the story. Until we register the books that match what the red invitation wants, our journey will be halted for a bit. But there's no guarantee that the guests will always respond to the invitation, right? In fact, there is. They're destined to come, and the guests will accept the invitation of their own will and enter the library. That's surprisingly polite and fair for something that takes place in this city. Most of the time, people's lives are taken away by others without any consent or agreement. Well, anyway, once we get those books, what comes next? The library is a place of limitless possibilities. Even I cannot fathom the infinite space and power out of this library just yet. That's why I wish to complete the library by filling that space with books. And I will get in my hands the one perfect book that will complete me and my library. The perfect book, huh? I suppose those books are different from the ones I know. Shit. I hope that this is not copyrighted. I feel like it might be actually copyrighted, so I've just turned it down. It feels like it's more of an anime than an actual game. Man. This is actually really long. it feels like also like a very anime styled game. Library of Ruina, book librarian, start and city. Alright, so this is the actual gameplay. Let me turn this back up. A reception begins by sending an invitation to guests who you want to invite. You want to navigate to the question mark to begin this process. Select the episode you'd like to play. Okay, so it's chapter based. With this panel, you'll provide a set of books required to start the episode. Book of something. This screen shows the list of books currently in the library's possession. Select the needed book now. Continue along with the final preparation for the invitation. Sending the invitation. Sure, I guess this will be just a tutorial, so we'll just follow what the game wants us to do. Lick and stamp. When you're ready to send the invitation, confirm your choice with the send stamp.
야, 꾸물거리지 말고 빨리 담아. 시바이 협회 놈들이 언제 올지 몰라.
Hey, hurry up and scrap them up now. Those Swin goons might arrive any second. I'm doing my best here. I just can't seem to get a clean rip of his guts. The contents of this guy are really different. I've never even heard of a body modification procedure that does this. Something's off about these organs. They're looking really strange. Damn it. The footsteps are getting closer. Forget about cleaning guts. Just pull them out and take them. At this rate, our heads are gonna get nicely chopped off our bodies. Why does he have this kind of stuff in his body? Whatever, just take them. We're out of time. Just about done. Now, run! Whew, that was close. You're a bold one, Pete. Going up for a gut harvesting in a territory managed by the Swin. Zwei. These are the only jobs we have left. You have to climb up by any means necessary, whatever it takes. You know my dream, right? To become one of the fingers of the back streets. I'll admit, it's rare to see someone with a dream these days. Let's sell off these guts we've hauled first. We got prepared enough cash to offer to the stray dogs. True. This could be our chance to join an urban legend class syndicate. Alright, time to check out the harvest. Hey, is this a joke? You sure you scrap up the right stuff? I told you, this guy didn't have a single proper organ inside him. I expected innards soaked in drugs like enkephalin? Enkephalin? At worst, enkephalin? These are damaged too badly. It's almost like someone already blew them up. We only doused him with a Why am I struggling with this word? Anesthetic? Anesthetics. Didn't do no harm. Anesthetics. This doesn't make sense. How could he have even walked around with these messed up organs? What if it's one of those, you know? Rumors say there's a guy who skewered and threats people alive to turn them into dolls. Yeah, I've heard of that too. But look at the state of these things. Not the case at all. I hear those dolls are made by threading flesh and bones together. But this son of... didn't have any scars or stitches showing outside. Now I think about it, there was a round orange symbol on the back of his neck. I thought it was a tattoo at first, but he didn't seem like the type to have one. He was a desk-working dweeb. Symbols? Tattoos? Damn it, please don't tell me we poked the wrong beehive. Besides that, he also had this envelope in his body. What the hell is this? It's an envelope doing in a human body. This keeps on getting worse. Give me that. An invitation to the library? What's this all about? Books? We can get books from the library? What a bunch of nonsense. It was a flop after all. The payment is due tomorrow. We got 7 hours to be exact. That's too little time for another run of gut harvesting. We're heading to the library as the invitation says. I don't know what this book thing is, but we're out of options. We gotta take any chance we get. Isn't this just suicide? We don't know what kind of place it might be. Can't be any worse than dying to the stray dogs or the Sways Association. We're screwed anyway. Shut up and follow me if you want to live. What was that we just saw? Fragments of the invitation process. We could take a peek at the stories of our upcoming guests. Didn't take you for a peeping Tom. It's more convenient to know what kind of guests will visit us in advance, isn't it? Besides, this is the invitation's will, not mine. That's a splendid thing you got there, man. Preys upon people and kidnaps them too. A perfect tool for crime. Heck, if the invitation can do all that, why don't we just skip the whole reception part? Can we just teleport them right into the room full of traps or something? I can't do that. We can only take a peek when it has been decided that the guests are coming here of their own volition. And the invitation's power isn't wholly mine either. I am simply borrowing it. Yeah, no way anything can go so smoothly in the city. They're desperate guests. Tell me, was the invitation responsible for the symbol and the internal damage as well? What? Not a chance. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened. The invitation simply finds a way to those who need it. That means those weird happenings were someone else's doing. I've never seen that kind of phenomenon back when I was a fixer. It's like something from the ruins. Ruins? I don't know a whole lot either. I've only heard stories of it. Should I describe it as magic? That kind of stuff exists in the ruins, apparently. In any case, we simply greet our guests. They seem to be low class, but oh well. Those are probably a bunch of lowly gangsters from the backstreets. We call them rats. Groups of half-assed thugs that barely qualify as a syndicate. They don't have money or power. They're losers who only think about making ends meet day by day. I might have just roasted myself here. The backstreets. I know of them. You do? Someone I know was from the backstreets. Well, that's nothing special really. The backstreets stretch all over the city like wings. Heck, it might actually be tougher to find someone who isn't from the backstreets. Okay, and then now these guests have arrived. So this is a library. Looks fancier than I thought. Could be a bunch of valuable things here. Greeting, dear guests. This is a library. And I'm Angela, the librarian of my role's namesake. You may find what you desire here, but you also may end up yielding your precious possessions to us. You, the owner of this place? We're allowed to take whatever we want here, right? Indeed. You may earn books to be exact. If you're able, of course. Are those book things really worth a lot, though? Of course they can be, if the information they hold is valuable. Mangchin, beggars can be choosers. We gotta cling on to anything we can find. May you find your books in this place then. And okay, finally we have the gameplay. Librarian info. Up here you can see some bare information about the librarians who will participate in the reception. Okay, we only have Roland. I see that we can, as the story progresses, we will unlock more librarians. It seems like that way. Detail info. In this section, you can view details information about the selected character. Right? Combat page. Underneath, you can check the list of combat pages, cards the selected character will use in the reception. Info on the guests that have accepted the invitation to the library is shown here. The details. Begin stage play. Start the battle when you have finished reviewing all available information. Fight off. God harvesting. Okay, the red cards are, or the red damage is, the red number is damage. The blue number is, there's a movement and a defense. This is movement and defense, focus strike. This is 3 swings. Okay, so apparently there is luck involved, then involving the actual damage that we will do. Remaining acts 1 of 1, floor available. I mean, we don't have any options, we don't have any choice, so let's just do this. Let's just go. This text describes the ability of the page, usually activated upon use. In combat, 3 types of offensive dice. It's a dice game? Exist. Each corresponding to a different damage type. This icon represents slashed damage type. When an offensive die with this icon is played, a slash type of attack will be performed. Pierce and blunt type attack. The ability of an action die written on its right may activate when the die is played based on its condition. Most abilities activate when the attack hits the target or the die wins in a clash against an opposing die. Sure. During battle, using combat pages needs a resource called light. The amount of light a character currently has is indicated by the number of yellow icons above them. Okay, so that is like the mana system. Determining speed. When the scene begins, press the spacebar to roll the speed die. A higher speed value offers the following advantages. If the enemy's speed is lower than yours, you can redirect their attack to you. Characters with higher speed value will act first. No. Please select the speed die on a librarian. This is the librarian's hand of combat pages. Okay, cards, please select one of them. Now target. By pressing Q or clicking on the icon, you can toggle quick mode. In quick mode, the action die are rolled automatically during battle, allowing combat to play out smoothly. When quick mode is off, the player must manually roll the action die in each engagement by clicking or pressing space. With this utility, you can automatically fill the librarian's speed die with the combat pages in their hands. Auto-selecting combat pages. Targets are randomly determined. This makes the battle proceed quicker at the cost of precision and strategy. These are visual indicators showing who the librarian and guests are currently targeting for attacks. Toggle them by pressing 1 to 3. Enemies, clashes, librarians on the keyboard or by clicking the icons. Okay, when only one of the two opposing characters has dice to play, a one-sided attack occurs. This happens when a character targets an enemy that isn't targeting them back. Only offensive dice are played in one-sided attacks. The defensive dice will be retained until the scene ends or an enemy attempts a one-sided attack. Clashing. When both characters in an engagement have dice to play, a clash occurs. This usually occurs when the speed dice of two characters target each other. Retains defensive dice or counter dice may also cause a clash. In a clash, the results of actions are determined by comparing their roles. Offensive dice can only deal damage, go to the roll by winning the clash. Interactions between defensive dice follow the rules on the next page. Block. Completely blocks the damage, deals stagger damage to the attacker by the difference in value. Okay, so when you're defending, the enemy still can take damage. Losing a clash versus offensive dice mitigates incoming damage by the roll value. Right, and then winning a clash versus defensive dice. These are evade dice. Winning a clash versus offensive dice. Wait, defense versus defense, you can also deal damage? Completely negates damage, the evade die is retained. Drawing completely negates damage, the die is lost. The winning a clash versus defensive dice, the character recovers dagger resist. Okay. Oh, I click here to activate the cards. Light defense. So I can only play one card at a time. A character may inflict or receive two types of damage, physical and stagger damage. Attacks with stagger damage will reduce the target's stagger resist. When stagger resist hits 0, the character falls into a staggered state. Oh. A staggered character will receive fatal damage from all forms of attack, cannot act for the rest of the current and next scene. What? Cannot restore light at the beginning of the next scene, cannot draw pages. A character restores 1 light after staggering an opponent. Okay, so these guys are staggered. Taking physical damage would decrease the character's HP, of course. They will die, of course, yeah. Guests who meet their demise in the library will be resolved into books. The higher the guest's emoticon, the guest's emotion level was, the more likely they are to yield books in greater quantity or quality upon death. Even if a librarian dies during combat, they will rise again once the reception is over. Let's do a light defense. Oh my god, I rolled a 1 again. Okay, this should kill. Okay, so I didn't get books. I only got books from the first guy, didn't get any books from the next 2 guys. You can check the books you have obtained from the reception here. If you have failed the reception, this part will show the books you have lost instead. You can check the battle symbols your librarians have obtained from the reception here. The Pied Piper, HP plus 1. Determined Challenger, 2% chance to boost dagger damage of each type by plus 1. Emotion level bonus. Got some amount of books, I don't really know what that means. I wonder, is it so important for them to belong to a renowned syndicate? So part of city life, you have to belong to a group. But be it a syndicate or anything else, living in the city gets too tough otherwise. Floor of General Works opened. You can now select the floor of General Works during reception. You can burn the books that you have obtained. By burning them. These books are also used for inviting the guests of subsequent episodes, so it is recommended to keep at least 1 copy in your possession. Oh, okay, you can get stuff from burning the books. What? I guess the tutorial only lets me burn 1 book. Burning a book yields different pages each time based on chance. There are 2 types of pages you may acquire from books: key pages and combat pages. Key pages constitute a librarian's physique. They serve as equipment. Combat pages are the cards and techniques used by librarians in battle. The rarity of a page ranges from paperback, hardcover, limited to object dart. Pages of higher grades are more powerful, although rare to acquire when burning books. Also, key pages have a set limit of how many can be owned at one time, which depends on rarity. Do I get all that? It feels like I get all that. Let's try burning a little bit more. I don't really understand. Yeah, I guess you do get all this. Librarian slots. Please move over to this panel and select the librarian on this floor to move to the combat page list. This is a list of combat pages owned by the player. Let's try this way. Charge and cover. Let's do that. What? I'm confused. You can check the deck, aka combat bookshelf, passive abilities and resistances. The deck of combat pages bound to the key page. What? Oh. Librarian customization. I feel like this should be a mobile game. This feels like a mobile game. Okay, so you can just customize your deck, different deck presets, basically, right? It's different deck presets based on the different pages, character pages that you have. What? Credenza? I obtained the book of question mark. Okay, I still don't understand fully how the gameplay is like. I'll just continue to follow this story and whether the game will take me. So with that, thank you so much for watching. I will leave out here. Thank you. And so with that, I will leave out here. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the story. It's a little bit weird at the beginning. Maybe next video we will unravel the story a little bit more and get a full understanding of what is going on here. So with that, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please do consider subscribing, and I will hopefully see you next video. Peace.